And welcome back to Forbes Sports Money. We continue our introspective look into the YES Network by examining the ripple effect that YES, a team-owned regional sports network, has had on the business of sports. Michael Ozanian also sat down with the CEO of the YES Network to discuss this evolution and its effect on the state of sports.
Tracy, why did you come to the YES Network in 2004?
Well, I mean, it was one of the greatest opportunities in the world. You have the single best brand probably in the history of sports, and maybe one of the best brands in all of the media business. And the opportunity is unlimited. I mean, anytime you take a company or a brand, there's a range. You know, you can, if you do a really bad job as a manager, you know, you're at the bottom of the range. And if you do a fantastic job, you're at the top of the range. But the range here was really wide, and the upside was unparalleled to put network quality management in with the best asset in the world, where every mega trend was going in its favor. You know, this was an opportunity of a lifetime.
During its first 10 years, what type of impact has the YES Network had on baseball television, and how has it altered the landscape?
30 years ago, RSNs were sort of, when they got developed, they were sort of a wasteland, right? You had sort of poorly produced baseball programs or hockey programs or baseball programs, a post-game show maybe, and then maybe there was no other programming. They might have been on part-time, they might have been a pay service. And they weren't really worth 24-hour channels, and the quality wasn't that good. MSG, as an example, actually sort of raising the bar, for those for that kind of activity. And then when the YES Network started, right, this whole concept that a content owner could control its own fate, and not just for financial reasons, but control its own brand, was a new concept. When I was at Fox, it scared us so much. Because the idea was all the best teams are going to do this on their own, with maybe financial partners, but do it on their own, and we're going to be left with, not the greatest, product in the world, because those are all going to be going other places. And when the YES Network started, we had that. There was that Yankee ethos. I wasn't there, but there was that Yankee ethos of doing it the right way, the best way. So yes, again, almost any innovation you can have in this business can be traced back to YES doing it first. What happened? The other RSNs picked up on that, and they started doing it themselves. I don't think if the YES Network didn't happen, I don't think you would have had league channels.
As you look at what's happened to the business side of the YES Network, it's obviously been enormously successful. How has that altered the economics of baseball?
Oh, it's completely altered the economics of baseball. I mean, the network is an incredibly valuable asset, but also the kind of cash flow it throws off allows networks like NESN and like YES and the other regional sports networks that have kind of copied the YES model to give extraordinary rights fees to the teams. I mean, look at the new Angels deal that's just been signed. Reports are it's $150 million a year. The reason that the Dodgers price has been driven the way it is because of media content. It's not the value of the Dodgers themselves, it's the value of the Dodgers' content to be broadcast on their own network.
But they're talking 2014, maybe whoever buys the team starting a regional sports network.
Exactly, and the YES is the model for that. Prospective buyers look at YES and say, look what YES has been able to accomplish in the New York metropolitan area. Let's see if we can do the same thing in the LA basin. And if they can, the value of that asset is many times the value of the Dodgers themselves.
What type of impact have RSNs had on the value of baseball teams in general?
Enormous. Look, what did CBS, which was a media giant, and I guess still is, sell the Yankees for? $10 million, right? They didn't see the media content value.
So while not equal for all teams, it seems fair to say that really, YES, over the past 10 years, is having a huge and probably long-lasting impact on the media rights landscape.
No doubt about it.
Well, don't go away. We will discuss the future of the YES Network and similar regional sports networks and more when we return on Forbes Sports Money.